All right, guys, so we're doing some things. Right now, we're doing some things. And I got the camera set up and I got my GoPro set up and doing a time lapse. So we're gonna do a time lapse of pulling the whole engine out of the car. Engine and transmission. So I'm gonna start a timer. I'll start a timer right now. And I'll try to show this thing throughout the video. I was thinking of a way that I could like put it on here, but I don't know if you'll be able to see it without it falling off. Maybe we'll try that. I don't know. I think it's gonna die anyways. Screw it. We'll just start it. I'll keep it in my pocket. We're at 20 seconds wasted already. And let's get this thing out. I want to see if I can do it in under an hour. But right now I'm not even prepared. I don't have any tools out. So this is really just as it comes. So let's just start to do it. I got two cameras set up because I want to see. I thought maybe it'd be a good idea to see if we could do like, you know, some chit chat while we're doing this, and then possibly do like a whole other time lapse in addition to this. So we'll just go through and see how quickly we can get like the micro squirt wiring off of here. This thing's actually pretty clean. It's not that complicated. Most of half of it's already off. I'm gonna have to go underneath and pull starter. So I think that's gonna be the stuff I'm probably not gonna show on this camera, is all the junk that I gotta do to like underneath the car. So there's stuff I gotta do underneath, you know, like starter, and I'm just gonna pull the engine out with the transmission, but I kinda wanted to show how I can get, I might try it in this video, leave the turbos hooked up and then pull the engine out, but it might be kind of irrelevant. I don't know. Let's see. Gotta get the ground off. Stuff's all full of transmission fluid because I blew fluid all over. Blew the dipstick on my tranny. Blew that whole thing out. See, I'll probably edit some of this stuff out, like grabbing tools. I don't know. You guys like doing the live work? Is that something that's interesting to you guys? I know I've asked that question in the past, and I always get a lot of like mixed answers. And it seems like the answers that I get in the videos are, like in the comments, don't accurately reflect what people really want to see. So I've tried that in the past. Hey, what do you guys want to see? You want to see more long videos of just me talking and working? And it was like unanimous. Everybody said, yeah, we want to see that. And then I started doing it for a while, and the video, like the views on the videos and everything just tanked like crazy. Within a couple weeks, I was getting like half the views on the videos. So what I concluded from that was, I think I just have like a really vocal group that said, yes, I want to see it, but that might not necessarily be what everybody wants to see, you know? So I was trying to play the game a little bit, trying to figure out what people want, you know? All right. So that was, so this whole thing right here is the whole micro squirt harness. That was including map sensor, crank sensor. So that was a couple minutes, got that all out, and that's ready to be pushed through. So that's pretty good time. So if we look at just the sense of like 15 millimeter stuff, because I have my 15 mil out, what else would I want to do? I don't think I have to take my belt off or anything like that. Let's grab a 13. I'm going to grab a 13 and a 10, because we always need a 10. And I think I'm gonna grab a 9/16. I think the bolts on the turbos are 9/16. Let's see what those are. Yeah, turbo bolts, those are all 9/16. So I'm gonna have to grab some alien wrenches too. And then I think the turbo intercooler piping stuff, clamps are all going to be, they're all 10 or 7/16. I know a lot of you guys are probably going to be like, dude, where's your impact? I got the wideband hooked up to this pipe. There we go. I can get that out of there. I'll do the same with this one. This one doesn't have as many threads on it because this one's a 3-inch, a 3 1/4, and I think the other one's 3 1/2. I got two different size clamps on here. So one's a little quicker, but this one's really hard to get on when I put it back together. Ooh. Sadly, I don't have to worry about that anymore because these aren't going back on there. Need my banger. Need my bangerang. Rufio. Alright. So I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna start getting. Oop. I just busted my knuckle open again. Because I got the same one. That one right there. Didn't open it up again, but I hit it on the head of the auction truck the other day. I was tightening the head bolts because I put the different cam in there and stuff the other day. And I caught the knuckle on the head. The razor blade edge of the head, you know how that goes. I think if any of you guys have been dealing with LS stuff for any time, and have ever tightened a head bolt, you probably cut half your finger off at one point on the head. See if I got a ratcheting one. Sometimes, oh man, nope, don't work. Got a ratcheting one, but it doesn't work. The exhaust housing's in the way, so it doesn't come off. all pretty close. So this engine, I think I can really get most of it out. Once I take the turbos off, I don't even have to take the exhaust manifolds off. Everything will just come out. So I gotta undo the wiring. I have to unbolt the transmission mount. The drive shaft will slide out. So it's really engine mounts. And make sure all the wiring is undone. Throw the wrench on the ground. Really, really hard. Interesting. That sucks. Don't remember how I got this on there. I'm gonna take the turbo feed lines off. I think I have to pull the turbo out of the exhaust housing. I think that's how I got that one bolt tight. That kind of sucks if that's true. I mean, it doesn't really suck. It just sucks if you're trying to do it fast. You know? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I think that's the only way that that's going to come home. So I'm going to get these all these exhaust housing bolts out, then I'll come back. Alright, so I think I got the turbos all done. This compressor housing is already loose. I'm going to do the turbo drain. And this may not be important to a lot of guys, I guess, but I'm kind of thinking in my head that I want to see how quickly I can get this stuff out. I feel like that's important. If I can get the stuff out quickly in a decent time. Just in case, you know, there's like, if you ever do like a big event, because maybe that might be something I would do someday, is do an event and throw the turbo on the ground. And it might be important to be able to get this stuff in and out as quick as possible. That's kind of where my head is at. With timing and seeing how fast I can get it out, because if you did like, I don't know, if you blew something up, you'd want to be able to change it quickly, right? So this would be like, probably the most you'd ever have to do is take the whole thing completely apart. And you might do it aggressively like that. I don't know. I'm just going to say that I dropped it on purpose, because that's going to make me feel better. I definitely don't think it's going to make me feel any worse. So yeah, these GT45s have like a weird casting where you can't get one of the nuts. It's like a really weird thing, so you gotta pull it apart. I haven't found a better way to do it though. Good thing these, this is the last time these are ever gonna be on here. So I don't really care that much. So I did weld, what I did with this setup was I welded studs onto the turbo manifold. I like that idea because the manifolds I had, or the flanges that I had, didn't have studs. So then you're trying to deal with a bolt and a nut. So what I did was I took a bolt and I welded it on so that it acts like a stud. Is there any guys watching to this point that are doing this stuff seriously and competitively and actually time themselves taking stuff apart and like getting the whole thing out? How long does it take if you're doing it with one person? Obviously probably not like during the day, like one pass or something, but if you had like maybe overnight, like if you were doing like drag week or some like overnight event, because it could easily take you a whole weekend to do like a head gasket or something, but if you have stuff set up the right way or you work like a dog, you can get the stuff done quicker. So what are some good times that you guys have, I guess, if you're timing yourself to get stuff apart? I got the transmission out, so there's the exhaust housing. I got the exhaust out of the Ranger the other day. The exhaust, the whole transmission. Dropped a socket. So that's what I'm talking about with the studs. So I just took a bolt and welded some studs on. So you can just slap it on there and then put the nuts on. All right. Let's go back over to this side. This might be a terrible video for you guys to watch. I'll upload it as much as I can, unless I get like stuck on some spots that are going to be ridiculously long, then I won't. I'll edit that stuff out, but I'll try to keep it real with you guys. Again, I'm going to go 10 milli right here, I think. There's this one, a 7/16. Yeah, that one's a 7/16. I guess that's important when you know what sizes everything are. That way you can throw them on the ground a little bit quicker. So how many of you guys like these wrenches? These swivel head wrenches? You guys like those? I almost thought about doing a whole separate video on that, which I might. I used to hate that wrench, and now it's like one of my favorite wrenches. I think it just takes some getting used to, because if you have some torque on something and it pivots, you could easily smash yourself. It has become one of my favorites. One of my favorites. Oh, fuzz bucket. I should say the turbine. I gotta get the rest of this housing off. Wrench. And I also spilt some water on the ground, some coolant. And if you guys know me, you know that I don't like dealing with fluids. Fluids suck. Fluids always suck. And I got it on my feet right now, so that's almost worse. Speaking of fluids and radiators, if you guys care and you want to chat right now, so my wife, we just set up a like a grow light setup in the basement for legal plants, guys. Come on. Wife's got a pretty big garden. That's her hobby. I like cars. She likes plants. So what we did was her dad helped her build like a water-cooled LED setup, and he's really into that stuff. So he built this whole water-cooled LED system, and I probably don't even need to do this. And ended up leaking. So I had a radiator. So the big thing was basically big enough that I built a radiator setup for it. It was a Dodge Ram radiator, and built a stand for it that cooled these LEDs that she's using for the garden. And it leaked. So the little ballast things that were built leaked, and that's not good. So speaking of hating fluids, since this thing was leaking, it was like probably 7 gallons of water and coolant inside this radiator setup for these LEDs, and we found out that it leaked. So that's what I was dealing with probably half of today, most of today. It's actually like 7 p.m. right now, and I just got out here to start doing this. But, so that kind of sucks. But we're gonna be redoing that thing. I know you guys are gonna be killing me for not using my impact again. Alright guys, so we're at right about 52 minutes. I did undo all the stuff underneath the car, and I took the power steering pump off. So I think I started to take the intake bolts off. I think I'm gonna leave the intake on and then just put the chains on. I think I can still get the front and back of the head. So I gotta hook the hoist up, and then all I have left is the 2 bolts for the engine, and then we should be able to lift it up and out. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna set the hoist up and undo the bolts on the bottom, and then I'll come back. Okay, so at 1 hour 7 minutes, I got the stand set up, the hoist on, the bolts are all out, the engine mount bolts. I'm gonna try to yank it out. I probably have to cut some zip ties, I'm gonna guess. So let me get something to do that. A zipper snipper. Maybe not. Ooh, that might not work actually. Because I have my fender bolt holding the line in. Maybe I'll try to get that. Just undo it from down here. 16ths maybe. The other one I don't think will be a big deal. So the oil line is released. This one shouldn't be a big deal. Oh, yeah, toss it this way. So a little over an hour. Let's see if we can get this thing out. I'm just going to put something under my drive shaft so it doesn't drop too far. It does have the safety loop in there. I'm not even worried about it. It's only like an inch. So we're going to yank. I'm just going to keep checking for stuff that I think is going to catch. The only thing I got to worry about is the transmission in the back. It's probably getting bound up on the cross member. Nope, you know what it is? It's the cooler lines, the transmission cooler lines. So just stretched them out a little bit so they'll be long enough for next time. So I'm going to go under and loosen those things up and I'll come back. We're at 1 hour and 12 minutes. All right, so we're at 1 minute and 18 right now. Got the cooler lines off. And I just realized my time-lapse stopped recording. So this whole thing was almost a waste. So hopefully you guys like Rambletron, because that's what you're getting. Certified. Well, maybe not certified. I'll have to talk to Matt about that. I'll get back to you guys. Oh, I just sliced my finger, I think. And I'm spilling trans fluid all over the place. I don't like fluids, guys. I don't like fluids. I just tried to throw the bucket down and it landed on its side, so we'll just carry on. Wouldn't be any different than any other day. Probably check and make sure nothing else is connected. I don't think anything is. Yeah, we're good. Alright. So we're at 1 hour and 20 minutes. I feel like I definitely could have done it better. All right. It's an hour and 21 minutes. That's the final time. And I think, as you can see, it got stuck on the bumper there. So I'm going to have to stop living in the past and change my hoist setup so I don't have to worry about that fucking stick, because that's why it fell on the bumper, because the stick fell out and I couldn't stop it. Living in the past, guys. I'm gonna have to fix that. That'll be another video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.